All right, guys, we are live with JoeSicaTalk. We are coming at you today from Zoom. We decided to give that Facebook video chat a rest and see how it goes. So hopefully we're giving you some better quality. We got some live cuts going on here to keep you guys entertained. So great fat material here.
I just finished my quesadillas. Oh, they're so good.
Upgrade.
Upgrade.
Upgrade. So we got, wow, I feel like I can see so much more of your guys' like apartments now.
Yeah.
I could barely make out Tyler's like face before, and now I can see like his pictures on the wall and stuff.
All my blackheads.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I gotta actually take care of my hair now. Yeah, Matt's in like a sane asylum. It looks like kind of.
Well, I want to move like a cooler place. I don't know. Yeah, let's take a little tour.
Why not? Give us a tour.
Is your dad there?
Huh?
Is John there?
No.
Yelling at you?
This is my apartment.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that was last time we recorded. Now we're in my bedroom.
Show Andy my floor bed. He's breaking up.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was me or not.
No, he's just like standing in his doorway now.
Yeah, it's probably his wireless or something.
We can just talk crap about him until he gets back.
I wonder if he can hear us. Actually, that just reminded me, though. Let me grab something real quick.
I guess my bedroom doesn't work.
Yeah, well, I can hear you now, Matt. Now you're frozen again.
Hello?
I bought like
Yeah, so never mind.
600 feet of Ethernet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, just stay by your computer, Matt, and then we're good.
Going back.
You're gonna have to tell Dylan about these.
About what?
About our live chats.
I have told him, and he's like, "Cool."
Sounds gay.
It is cool. Yeah, what do you guys talk about for an hour?
I don't know. Andrew, yeah, he talks about like celebrities, and then we talk about what we're doing with life.
Our lives aren't interesting enough to sustain a full hour.
Yeah, we've cut it back to 40 minutes this week.
Yeah.
That's right. Zoom only lets you do more than 2 participants for 40 minutes because that's how they make money. They charge you. So we'll see how it goes, though. So word on the street is Matt shot his project yesterday.
Yep.
So why don't you give us a quick summary of how you think it went, Matt?
I would have never been able to do it without the people that volunteered their time to do it. And I'm like pretty much forever grateful because it would have not been such a great day had like they not been there to help out. Tyler was an asset. Emily, Dylan, Jean, Sherilyn, Chloe, everybody was pretty much an asset. And like from the thumbing through the footage that I got, it's been like amazing. Or we covered like everything that I wanted to cover. We did have to sacrifice some shots and we combined some shots, but overall it was good.
Explain to Andy what you mean about combining shots.
So like months ago, about maybe like 2 months ago, I started like before I started rehearsing with Chloe, because we only rehearsed for like a month. I started like breaking down the song into what would make sense for cuts, and when excuse me. So I like cut up the song, and then I named the like after like revision after revision after revision of like these shot documents that I made, which was pretty much like a storyboard combined with like like details about like the lens that I would use and the rig that I would use and the lyrics that I went along with. I pretty much came up with like 25 shot documents, but because of how the day was going and like how the setting we were in like kind of constricted us to like sticking to pretty conservative lighting, like I was like, we don't have a whole lot of time to experiment, or like we pretty much just like, it would have been like it makes more sense to do longer takes and then just like letting her kind of have breathing room and like let me have a little bit of breathing room, and then like I don't know. I just, yeah, like, so like, let's say there was shot documents that were titled 10A and 11A or something like that. I just combined those two because they're like, they were all sequential pretty much.
Gotcha. That's cool.
And we threw in a second camera so that if he has to, he has cutaways.
Yeah. And I'll definitely, like, Tyler's footage is just as good as my footage. So I have options, which is exactly what I needed for this.
Were you guys like both DPing or like shooting? You had multi cameras?
For the most part, we went along with my direction. With Tyler, there was moments where it's like I gave him free reign, but I kind of I was like, okay, you stand over here and you catch this angle, but like, you know, feel free to like walk back and forth or like wrap around a little bit. Just don't get into my shot. So
which I did once.
Huh?
Which I did a couple times.
Yeah.
Dang it, Tyler! That's reset it all up from the beginning.
Back to one.
Well, I mean, like I think like the most takes we did per shot or like per shot, I guess, because we don't have like scenes or settings and stuff. We did like 5 takes, I think.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, okay, good, because it got the information that I wanted in it, and like the movement was natural. And the only thing, and like this is, I mean, like I don't necessarily think it's a problem. I was telling Tyler before, but like my shot diversity. But Tyler also said there's only so much you can do. There's like close up, medium, wide. I even got like a bird's eye view, and like, you know, lower angles and stuff. So I got variety of shots.
Sliding, dollying.
Yeah, and like handheld, shoulder mount. Like, I don't know what got into my head, but I was just like thinking about how we kind of only shot from one side of her, but we cheated. Like, it's kind of good to kind of, I feel like, to keep it from that one side, as Tyler said, not to break that 180-degree rule. So we know that there's a trajectory and a path that Chloe follows from like point A to point B. And besides that, the only other disappointment, which I guess like I was so concerned about getting Chloe fully that I didn't think about, like, so there's like a second character kind of, and I've described this to a few of the crew members. The light at which Chloe is kind of communicating with, we didn't really get that.
No, we did. I think we did, and I'll tell you why once you're done with your thought.
Well, I mean, like I went through the footage, Tyler, and like there are moments where like Chloe's face is like really not really blown out, but more blown out than the rest of her body, and there are some lens flares like coming from definitely one angle of the lens, which kind of gives off like, oh, there's something over there that she's communicating with, and you can tell by the way she's angling her face and constantly looking up. But what I wanted, like I guess like the key shot that we're missing is, and it's not vital, like we can still get away with the narrative that's happening without it, but is like her being fully silhouetted by this kind of overpowering, all-encompassing light that she's trying to resurrect and like bring back to life. We didn't get that, but I think like overall I'm fine. Like I'm elated by how smoothly the day went and how good the footage. Like I've been thumbing or like scrubbing through it, and like all it really needs is a little bit of like editing, TLC of color correction, and like the music. Like I keep forgetting that like the music is a big part of like, because I like right now I'm objectively like looking at everything without the song, and I realize that it's the song plus Chloe's dancing that make it so magical. Like I've been looking at it without the song, and I'm like, what is this? Or I'm like feeling a little bit. I shouldn't say disappointed, because like I'm not disappointed, but it like the song needs to dance as much like for the video to work. So
yeah, absolutely.
When that gets all cut up and stuff, I'll probably feel like a genius.
It was the amount of not to boost your ego too much, but the amount of prep work, like obsessive compulsive prep work that Matt did. He like hand drew every frame of the storyboard, and then what he did is he actually cut up the song into little clips on his iPod, and they would all go beep 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 beep, and then like it would start that 10-second shot or whatever, and then it would end. And so we could cue up that like line of the song over and over and over again for each take. And he just had like a playlist on his iPod. So, and he had the woman that was performing the song cue up the track for each take, because she's obviously familiar with the lyrics of the song. So I mean, it just made the whole thing run smoothly. And I did get one shot from the C100, but most of the time I was just in charge of lighting, and that was a lot of fun for me because it's something that I've been experimenting with a lot more, and I have like a decent understanding of. But I remember when I was a little younger and getting into filmmaking, when I was like 18 or 19, it was like hard for me to shape light. Like I would know what I wanted, but I didn't know like how to achieve that look. And I realized that silhouette shot that you wanted, Matt, I already told you this, but basically the one silhouette shot would have needed both a light from both sides of her to get that illumination on either side of her back. But instead, we just had one key light, which was in the distance. It was a little LED, and you could see it in the frame. And it was not big enough in relation to her to wrap the light around her to provide that like hair light that the silhouette that he wanted. But I gotta say, the first half of the day, we were going from jib to handheld to slider to tripod back to shoulder mount to slider. Like we were just changing setup so much that it really like slowed down the first half of the day. And then once we like combine shots, or we just kind of like group shots together based on the setup, things went a little quicker. And we also started incorporating my camera, which is the A7S. And we also, Matt mentioned that the light temperatures, the color profiles are just different on the two cameras. So if anything, like my shots will just be like quick cutaways, or Matt will have to spend a little more time, kind of getting them to match. But yeah, overall, it was a fun crew. And I feel like sometimes people are stepping on each other's toes, and his friend Dylan is pretty knowledgeable about light as well. But and so I didn't want to take charge, but we had this spotlight from above because there was a grid in this black box theater, and that was kind of like the central spot that Chloe would always go back to. And then she would like come in and out of this space, and it caused like these very harsh shadows under her eyes. So we were constantly like either filling in from the side or setting up lights in the back. And when we were doing 2-camera shots with that, we were spending a lot of time basically trying to conceal the light with the curtains, which is why we coined Dylan Curtain Boy, because that was his job, to just like conceal stuff. And then what we did was we kept rotating the set. Like Chloe would first face, like she'd walk left to right, and then she'd walk like straight from the back to the center. And then basically whichever way we had to have her face, because the thing that really grounded her in the space was this overhead spotlight. So it was just, for me, a lot of fun to like shape and experiment with the light to get the effect that Matt wanted. And if he didn't tell me like the mindset and like the thought that went into this art film, I wouldn't have like known exactly what he was going for. But I think that once you do cut it together, Matt, you will see some of that, especially with the song, like the interaction, the climax of the song when she's spinning so much and she's leaving the spotlight and going towards like that character up and like almost like the sun. I think you'll see that a little bit more, hopefully. But I'm excited to see it when it's all cut together, for sure.
Yeah, it sounds cool. It sounds like you guys are really successful. I'm going to ask a couple questions. Feel free, either of you, to answer. I just thought it'd be cool to ask some questions to see, like, maybe we have a viewer or two that want to get their own project shot. So, like, how long is this going to be in total after it's edited, Matt?
5 minutes.
And how many hours of footage did you shoot?
Well, probably like in total, like the length of the day, or how much footage I have.
Just like how much footage you have.
I probably have like an hour of footage.
And how long you shot for? You said it was like 6 hours or something?
It was like,
More
we
like
actually,
8.
It was 8, yeah. We got, I'll say that we got very lucky too.
We got let in early.
We got let in, got to stay late.
Yep.
And like, it felt like there was some kind of intervention that happened, like that like allowed us to do that, because the fact that Jamie walked in right when we were done shooting and was like, we gotta go, or well, I'm locking up, so you guys gotta be done.
We were cheering, and she walked in, and she's like, because we just wrapped our last shot.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, this was meant to happen, because like it could have been 10 minutes earlier, but we went up to pretty much the very last second, and it was good.
Yeah, the timeline was, Matt's been talking about this for like a year, and at least. And he's been doing prep forever. And then the timeline of it was, he kicks me awake at 6:30 with some coffee, because he made me sleep on the floor. And then
That sounds horrible. I gave you a fucking mat and like a sleeping bag. I let you sleep in the room.
No,
I got you a pizza.
I'm not griping. No, my point is, we had we weren't allowed to even get in until 10 a.m. and he was waking me up at 6:30, and we were loading gear, and we were at the spot at just before 9, so more than an hour early. We walked and got coffee, and then he called the woman that was supposed to be letting us in, just to see if we could get it earlier, to make sure that we would be there right at 10 o'clock. And so she let us in a little bit early. We started loading in, and the talent aren't used to being on set. And Matt kept saying the whole time, I know it feels like we're early, but we're an hour behind schedule. I know it, like, we're always an hour behind schedule. And so we were supposed to get first shot off at 10:30, a half hour after we got let in. I don't think we got first shot off till 11:40.
Yeah.
So, and that had a lot to do with the talent doing makeup and stuff. Like, it was all good. They're just not used to like what it's like to be on a set, and how much. The point you were bringing up, Andy, is that this is a 5-minute video, and it took 7 people all day. Plus, it's going to take Matt a long time to edit everything, and it has basically been a year in the making. and not every video is as in depth as this one, but when there's as many moving parts and components as this production had, it takes that long. So.
Yeah, and you need
Right.
some filling every job that I pretty much did on my own, which was kind of naive of me to do, but I really didn't want to have to rely. Like, I'm happy that the people that I relied on yesterday were like willing and showed up.
And they're knowledgeable too. I mean, like Emily and Dylan having some like film experience is like awesome.
Yeah. But like, I realized that like Sherilyn, Chloe, and Jean, like nothing against them. It's just like not like I was, like the second half of the day, I was definitely very more demanding and like more direct with like with directing, because I was like, we gotta move, like we can't. And so like I was just spouting off like okay, camera right here, it's gonna slide. Chloe's like in the foreground, stuff like that. And I didn't even like I made myself kind of become like unfriendly just so that people would kind of move a little bit faster. I mean, maybe I'm being too critical of myself, but I was like slate in, cue song, walk, like come on, move,
faster,
dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah, like it just literally.
Well, no, when you got a production that's been in the works for over 12 months and it comes down to a 6-hour crunch, you know, that's always going to happen.
And we did take almost a half-hour lunch. I mean, it was a half hour, but like basically the whole time Matt and Emily were. So Emily was like the assistant director in that regard.
Script supervisor. She covered a lot of roles too.
Yeah, we all kind of like bounced around a little bit, but they were chopping shots and consolidating during lunch. And I mean, basically, when Matt and I got let in, the first thing we did was set up this jib arm, which is like a 12-foot, 1,000-pound. Not really, but it was a heavy, big.
Where'd you get that? You rented it?
I rented it from work.
Ah, nice.
I still have to pay for it. It's $150.
Just work for free for a week.
Yeah.
A month.
Yeah. So for all the viewers that are wondering like how I funded it, it came all from my pocket. And it took I think so like 150 for the so like I'm gonna also accumulate or include in the equipment that I didn't have before the shoot, or I mean like before I was planning this, like before I saw Lightfall. So 150 to rent the jib, 275 to rent the space. What else? I had to have insurance to rent the jib, so that was $365 for a year. And
Crafty.
Huh?
Crafty.
Well, my mom actually got Crafty, so that was like the one. And then Emily and Chloe brought stuff too, which was amazing.
I didn't realize. I thought you paid them for that.
No. I was just like, please bring stuff. Like I can't. But it was like a lot of food, anyways.
Oh yeah, I just jam my face full of food all day.
And then, and on top of that, it was $2,000 for the shoulder mount, which
really,
it's yeah. I mean, like it was. I know it's steep. It's not just the shoulder mount. It's also what else? It's like the follow focus and the matte box that goes with it.
Those things are super pricey. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it's not just it's like an offset shoulder mount, which is like good for the C100. So it's like not off to the side. It's like in front of my face.
I mean, I have one too, but it's just not as high quality.
Yeah.
But I don't have a follow focus. I do have a matte box though.
Yeah. Just overall, like so, like if for the viewers that are watching, it is these things are pricey. Like to make them good. Like you can try to get funding, but then what happens is you have to answer to other people, which I didn't want to do.
Creative control.
creative control.
So why do it if it's so expensive? Like for you personally?
For me, like the reason why I wanted to do it, when I saw Chloe do the performance a year ago, I knew Chloe for years before, and that night that I saw and met Sherilyn, I was like, this is something that should be made into something more than just what it like. Because like doing the performance is great. It's great for the audience that's there, but then it dies after that. It just becomes a memory. Like this kind of solidifies it into the internet history, and like people can watch it and like not that it's gonna be some mind-blowing amazing thing, but like Chloe can at least go back to it and show choreographers, like if she's ever looking for a choreographer job, it's like, hey, this is like my choreography from this video that Matt Damiano shot. And it also boosts Sherilyn's music career a little bit too. She already had a music video for it, and this isn't a music video, it's like an art dance minimalist video project. And then for me, it's just I needed to do or like work that creative muscle that I haven't really gotten from my job in the past 2.5 years. So I was like willing to splurge for it, and I'm happy that I did, because like everything that I've seen so far has been like great stuff for a reel, and just overall it's a really fun process. Like I really have missed the process of
Me too.
of working with creative, willing, and like fun people. So
I think also that fact that they weren't Chloe and Sherilyn and Jeannie aren't experienced in film and set life, it made them like more fun to work with, because like they just had like film people are sometimes just like all business, and so like the fact that like everyone was just having a good time and working hard, but it was a lot of fun. Andy, how are we doing on time?
I didn't want to interrupt, but yeah, we're almost to 40 minutes. I feel like we could go on this for like another 15 minutes or so. Do you want to just like end the call and start another one?
Yeah, right where I said the F word.
Okay. I'll do that right now then.
Is that okay, Matt?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're back. We just decided to restart the chat there for a quick minute and take a quick break because our time was running out and we're poor. So I don't exactly remember what you were talking about, Tyler.
He dropped the F.
Oh, yeah. Tyler swore, everyone. I'm going to make like a meme compilation of that. So I'm pretty sure you were talking about like time versus financial. So when you're on a budget, any budget, especially a budget that you're rolling out of your own pocket, it's important for filmmakers to realize that the saying time is money is extremely true, especially when you're managing a team of people and each, half hour is $100 out of your pocket. So do you have any advice on like anything to say about that?
Well, the day could have been a lot better, or it could have gone more smoothly. And Emily noticed this too, because I talked with her. I was like hanging out with her after the shoot. She said that Tyler or her should have been there, or at least seen the location and known what we were getting into. So like, it wasn't just me with like a game plan. Like somebody else would have been included on what it looked like and stuff. And
I'm so grateful the grid worked the way we wanted it to.
Yeah. And I didn't even I put money down in the place, not even knowing if the grid worked, because I was like, we could just use my own lights. But because there was like one other location I looked at, and that place was sketchy as hell when I went there. It was like a strip. I'm pretty sure it was like a strip club, and I was like, I'm not bringing like a bunch of young women to a like.
Get ready for your feature film.
Yeah, like a garage. It was like in a garage, and it was like where metal bands play, and there was like a stripper pole and leather couches and shit. And I was like, I was like, this is not what I'm gonna bring Sherilyn and Chloe to. Like
For an art film.
for an art, yeah, super experimental. It's porn. Like we're just. So
Make sure you hashtag that.
Yeah,
It's porn.
it's just porn. But the way that we found out about it was because Chloe's mom, who actually her mom and dad came and checked it out too. They were at the shoot yesterday. Chloe's mom told Chloe about like the Community Folk Art Center, and I was like, we have to check it out because it's like the only other option. And when I saw what it looked like, I was like, this is perfect. This is the best it's gonna get. Like it's not super perfect, but like it's for Syracuse and what I want to do, like it's good.
I thought it was awesome. And the people there, talk about like just for 10 seconds about the people that work there and like they hooked us up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Josette was like super accommodating. She was so nice to communicate with and like explain things to, and like the time crunch that we were dealing with. And then Jamie was also awesome. We didn't really see that much of her, but like, and I thought she was going to be working the light board too, but she had to work the desk, like the front lobby desk or something. And
we set the alarm off on her too. So
like right before we left, like
we're like, bye.
And it was just like this, and then
cop showing up, and
cop showed up and was like, I was like, whoops.
We're out of here.
See ya.
The water sprinklers go off inside.
That's a wrap.
So obviously you got to kind of roll with the punches and make compromises and quick decisions during the final day. Like, was there any, you spoke about like combining shots and stuff. Was there anything that, any other sort of problems that you had to deal with?
We overcame like every, I believe every problem that came up, like, and
I just thought of something.
Name it, because
did we ever untape the exit sign?
Probably. Oops.
And the thing that says like the thing that you have to post, it's like the fire code.
You mean like the glowing exit sign that they're legally obligated?
Yep, that's the one. Because I was like, Matt, I was freaking out. I was like, did we shut off the light grid? He's like, yes, I remembered to go over there and turn it off. I'm like, oh. And then I just thought, well, that was one of the obstacles. We kept getting the glow of the exit sign, and we could see the door in the background. So for half the time, Curtain Boy was like literally holding the backdrop up to cover up the door and the exit sign. So
I've done that before. I taped an exit sign. Yeah, that's funny though.
Whoops.
Now the fire that we started right before we left, no one knew where to go.
What other? Whoops.
The floor was like it had white paint specks on it. So.
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't care. That's like it can't be absolutely perfect. Like I'm okay with that environment aspect. The thing that I was most afraid of was how the cameras were going to react to such like solid black shadow, pretty much. Like it was just so like the footage that I've sent you guys some stuff. Like it's real. Like her environment is darkness, pretty much.
Which is what you wanted.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little promo?
You want me to flip around the camera and like?
If that's cool.
How does
leak it? It's leaking.
Uh-oh.
Food porn.
Tasty.
So let me like bring this to full screen.
Tilda.
Why? What the? Why is that not doing what I want it to do?
The little button right above tab.
No. Hang on one second.
Okay. There's Chloe.
I'm trying to do like so. I just wanted to full screen it over here. So like this, for instance, I guess. This like might not be a good take, but see, like that's.
See, that's where I think you get the interaction. Oh, I won't talk. Sorry.
Actually, I can lock it on Matt.
Yeah, do that.
There. We can talk now.
Okay, so this is where I think that with the spotlight near her face when she goes towards the camera and with the spotlight on the floor, I think that it does create that second character feel, at least in my opinion.
I like the spotlight on the floor. It looks good.
Me too. And you can see off to the left, there's like a little hair light on the side of her face right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it looks great.
Whoops. I don't even think this was a good take, anyways. But like that, like getting rid of that light is fixable. So.
What do you think your edit pacing is going to be like? Pretty long cuts or?
Well, I like the thing is like I love this, so like I probably would stay on this for most of it.
How did you feel about the bird's eye view shot?
I'm not even sure if this is the bird's eye. This is not the bird's eye view.
No, this is definitely not the bird's eye view.
So there was a camera flown up in the grid, or how'd you guys get a bird's eye?
He had a 12-foot jib.
Oh, right.
This is a jib too, but like it was more lower. Let me see if I can find the jib. And then she's like, yeah, can I go? So I don't know what did you guys think of that? Like, I don't even know if that was a good take.
I thought it was beautiful.
It looks good.
Look at that still shot right there. That's crazy, man.
What, where, what?
Just all of it just looks so good. I think that like I was worried about light, but I was also trying to think about shadows too. So I cross-lit her a couple times.
See, I like love that. Was this me or is this you?
That was
Me, I think.
yeah, that was you.
Well, the thing is, we didn't move on until it was good. Oh, that was a little dark, but
What's the color temperature? It's kind of hard to tell because it looks like it could be more yellow, like tungsten, but that might just be your phone camera. I'm not sure.
No, it's more yellow, definitely.
I like that because it makes it kind of look like she's dancing under like a light post or something, at least in my mind.
see that to me is like really, really. So now it's just a matter of cutting it together and hoping light is like fairly consistent. I hope I got a good shot of this. Like without that little mistake over there.
Well, also I don't love the lighting on the floor, which I didn't notice until just now. That was me, I think.
This is your shot?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look at the spill on the floor.
You got enough video that once you cut it together.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's some for this. I can punch in a little bit and like probably get rid of that. So like, where'd it go? Oh,
You could even like try and mat it since it's just black pretty much.
yeah, that would maybe work, but
Looks good though. So I mean, last thing any of us has done before this was Envisagent, right?
Yeah. So now the next one's on you, bud.
yeah.
Well, how would you compare this? Like, obviously, it's completely different subject matter, but just the holy shit, I can hear myself.
Yeah, you got really loud.
But how would you compare it to Envisagent, just like production wise and stuff?
Andrew, turn the camera off me because now it's just me.
I'm just gonna keep it on you, Matt.
I would say that basically Matt's production was the next evolution of what we shot then, because I love collaborating with Matt. And I told Matt too, I was like, I am taking your video shoot more serious than I took Josh's wedding. Like, I don't know. It's just that I knew that he was counting on me, and I like collaborating with him, and I like collaborating with you as well, Andy. But I mean, this is just next level. Like, I had, Envisagent was probably the most, not professional, but the most elaborate, like the most components of something that I shot logistically. Because like we drove down to Connecticut to shoot that. We got there at, I think, midnight, and we started shooting. We had first shot off by like 8 a.m. for Envisagent. And we shot for like probably good 6-8 hours, something like that. But that was, that was.
I'm like 4 hours of sleep too.
Yeah, exactly. But Lightfall was just like next level. Like, I'm on set all the time, but like I haven't been on such a professional production in a while. So, and I've never worked with a jib like that. That was fun. That was really cool.
Yeah, the jib was essential. Like, if we didn't have that jib, I don't know like what I could have done to like. And when we rehearsed, I was like, this is going to be a jib shot because I can't do it handheld. And I was like, man, I really hope I get that jib, because if we don't, it's going to be super rough. And like, it's solved like a lot of the problems that I had trying to do handheld stuff. And like, it would have been like it would have been all like level with Chloe. We wouldn't have gotten that like I guess bird's eye view. I still haven't found that clip. I'm gonna click through and try to find it. That was definitely me. Oh, here it is.
How soon do you want to get this thing done? And have you thought about a release yet?
Yeah, good question.
A release party or a premiere?
I don't want to do no. Like, I just feel like that's too...
a screening or
no.
You should do a screening. You've come this far.
I'm not going to do a screening for a 5-minute video. That's ridiculous.
What about for the people involved with it?
Huh?
What about Chloe said that she'd like to host one?
Oh, yeah. No, Chloe's welcome to. I'm not going to, like, rent out a theater for a 5-minute video. Like, and, like...
Come on.
Come to the show. Come on. Come sit for 5 minutes and then leave. Or, like,
tickets are $250. I've got to recoup my investment.
Tickets here.
Get
your tickets.
Popcorn.
Selling scalp tickets, half price, only $250.
Okay, here's the thing. This is not like, I don't want to be one of those. I'm not even gonna call myself an effing filmmaker, because first of all, it's not film, and I know this sounds like I'm angry, but like, I'm not angry. I'm just like exclaiming like how every single kid, like every like 20 something is like, I'm a filmmaker, and they're shooting on like a DSLR, and then they rent out theaters for their like crappy film, and then like you sit through it and you're just like, overwhelmingly disappointed with like having wasted your money on some, I'd rather just like be like, and here's the thing too, like yesterday I wrote like a really long Instagram post and I didn't want to mention myself at all. It was pretty much just saying thank you to all the amazing people that helped me make it. And I really didn't want to make this about me. Like I'm just happy with it looking so good and it being such a great day. And also, everybody hugging each other and like, being happy that they met each other, like was more of a gift than having a great video could ever give me. But that would be a plus. So Chloe is welcome to have like a showing party, but I really don't like feel like I should like force people to come watch something for a few minutes and then like I'm completely against all that stuff. Like not for something like this. Like if it was like a documentary I was shooting for like 3 years, then yeah, I would have a showing for it. But and like I'm not gonna name them, but like there's a few people that didn't show up to the shoot or who canceled on me last minute. And a few weeks ago, they released their documentary. I haven't seen it yet, but like they did exactly what I just described, which was like, come to this improv class and spend $5 to come see our film. It's part of like the improv class or whatever, and it's just like, just like release it online. Like you're not gonna like you will. I don't know. Like
that's a major issue with shooting. It's just having to deal with unreliability.
Yeah.
So that's
for low budget stuff.
Yeah.
And nobody got paid. Like I spent money. So like virtually like I gained a great video and great footage from this, and Sherilyn and Chloe benefit from it. Tyler also benefits from it.
I do.
And then everybody else like will get credited if in it. So like
I get a portfolio piece.
Yeah, like objectively, like I have lost, I guess, like financially, but I think this was a success. Like I'm not calling it a failure, but
you won spiritually.
My spirit is restored.
Do you feel like free now? Like this burden that has been weighing you down for like a year is over? Almost.
And well, now I have to like piece it together, and then like releasing it is always like a question. But yeah, like as I said before, I don't want to be one of those people that like makes a big deal out of something and then just like lets everybody down. I know that's not going to happen with this because I could already tell like how beautiful the footage we shot is and how graceful Chloe is, how beautiful the song is. Like it's going to be a really beautiful piece of content, but it doesn't need to. I would never be happy like winning an award for it because it wasn't about that to begin with.
Which is a good motivation to make it in the first place because as we talked about with the Emoji Movie, we've gone so far.
It's not just college film majors that are making shit out there. So
yeah.
So lessons learned. You usually get what you pay for. Come prepared. Be reliable.
That's probably a good note to wrap on, unless either of you guys have some more input.
I will say one more thing, and this is for all, like for any young creative folk, whether it be music, art, or film and video. If you have an idea, if there's like an inner voice telling you to go take a chance and make something, listen to that voice because it has so much potential, but you have to put yourself fully into it. And like that's what I did, and it felt like it. Like of course, it felt like a lot of stress, but in the end, like seeing everybody come together, collaborate, enjoy the day. It was a great day. And I'm walking away from it with some great footage and a lot of happy people involved. So overall, to me, it was a tremendous success. And I'm just saying, if you have an idea, take the chance, take the risk. The worst thing that can happen is that you just learn from your mistakes. And I don't know.
You can't get to success without failure.
Find investors.
Well, thanks for telling us all about it, Matt. And we're all looking forward to seeing the finished cut. And I think a congratulations are in order because that's an impressive accomplishment.
Thank you.
So I guess we're going to wrap it up here unless either of you has any finishing thoughts.
Rick and Morty on 11:30.
Rick and Morty, tune in for Pickle Rick Part 2. Probably not, but we'll see how it goes. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment if you want us to talk about something further. Go back 2 videos. I started a poll. We were talking about Spider-Man 2 videos ago, and you can vote on which Spider-Man you think is best. So thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll see you next time on JoeSicaTalk. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.